Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening, race fans. We are diving right into the action here tonight. Crooked Line Racing Thursday Night Pro Dirt Late Model Series brought to you by USAFirearms.com. Folks, we got in here late. Qualifying's already went underway. We've missed the first heat, but the second heat is coming to you right now live here on True Sim Productions. We do apologize for the late start. You see, we got 6 or 5 guys actually in this final heat right here to determine the starting order for tonight's feature event here at Port Royal. Got Jason Raymond in the 44 looking to add on to his very strong performance last week. Going to see if he can maybe get some heat race points right here and add on to the good run last week. Then second place, Tyler Johnson. He's fairly new to dirt. Hasn't raced with us in a while here. Good to see Mr. Johnson in the 5-car back. Brian Zimmerman, Mr. USAFirearms.com in a third place spot with Chris Carroll and AJ Watkins. Rounding out the starting grid here for heat race number 2. As it's looking like outside pole sitter Tyler Johnson's having a little bit of connection issues here. As a 10-lap shootout here for the heat race number 2. This will determine the starting lineup for the feature event. Like I said, I don't even remember. I think it's a 40-lap feature event. As you can see with Tyler Johnson, that 5-car blinking, it's going to be really hard to race around him. No cautions as well in the heat races, and then admin-only cautions in the feature event. I am going to be controlling the cautions myself, so every now and then you might see me have to click over like this, but I will get rid of it as quick as possible. As lights are off on that beautiful Chevy Silverado, going to make a left-hand turn onto pit road and get heat race number 2 underway. Now the field does have to wait for the green, and that 11 car of Chris Carroll in the peak antifreeze blue car right there, having a terrible time riding behind Tyler Johnson. Is now that these drivers just got to wait for that green flag to finally fly here. As green is out, they are on the loud pedal, mashing down on it. You see the 28 going to look to the inside of the 44. 44 is going to have a great entry, slide all the way up near that wall. The 5 car's into the wall right there. Oh, 5 car maybe going for a wild ride, actually. Climbing the fence right there, you see. That's going to allow Jason Raymond to have a little bit of elbow room out front. I do got to fix the custom number, so you are not seeing these drivers' correct paint schemes right now. And look at the 11 car right here, diving down low, going to try to pull a slide job over the 28 of Brian Zimmerman. Zimmerman does give him the room needed right there. 9 laps already, 8 laps at the stripe. As it looks like the 11 of Chris Carroll is trying to run down our leader, Jason Raymond, who is out front right now. Raymond is just hauling the mail up by that wall, turning some really good laps. See if we can jump on board with Raymond. See how he's attacking Port Royal Speedway here. Raymond, he is an asphalt guy. He races dirt a little bit, but not really. He's not real comfortable on dirt, so he takes that hour practice these guys are allotted and tries to do the best with it, get the most knowledge possible. And you can see right here, he is ripping the high side. It's a high side hustler here tonight. Riding right up there next to that wall, trying not to bang it too much. Over time, you start to wear out the right side of that car if you're not careful hitting that wall. As it looks like the battle is on for second place. Zimmerman is right there on the back bumper of 11. Oh, going to turn to 11. Contact between our P2 and P3 drivers. P2 has went around, no caution in the heat race. Zimmerman just got a little over anxious right there, right into the back of Carroll. That really shook up his running order. Now you got AJ Watkins, Tyler Johnson battling it out for the P2 spot. Jason Raymond, though, he loves seeing all this happening behind him. That's allowed him to take these first 5 laps of the heat race and kind of just get away. Basically just run away and hide at this point. You see the 01 right there getting to the fence ever so slightly. Zimmerman, though, trying to battle back. That 28 made a slight mistake. Going to try to pull a slide job over the 01 here. As he's going to slide right up in front of the 01 with the 01 lift. 01 does lift, cut him a break. New runner back up in second place. Familiar face is Brian Zimmerman in the number 28 Blue Machine. And we will fix the paint schemes here momentarily so you can see what your favorite drivers out here are rocking. But man, oh man, this 44 car is on rails. This is going to make it interesting for the feature because there's a full field invert. So if you win this heat, yeah, you get some heat race points, but you're going to the back of the field. The inverts, they keep things very, very interesting. See the 28 here, almost just getting the car 2 sideways. As I gotta try to fix something right here. Go, got that taken care of. All right, folks, it's almost feature race time. Let's see if we can have a quick little word from MF Racing Designs, and then if we hit the grid before the commercial's over, we'll be back. Welcome back to Port Royal Speedway. You see the invert, it has came and it has saw. You see it says I have myself starting P1, but that is not true. It looks like it's going to be Chris Carroll taking P1, Chummy Miller to the outside. Dustin Lamb's going to be firing off P4, AJ Watkinson 5th, Nicholas Lamson 6th, Brian Zimmerman and Brandon Mettler, they occupy row number 4. Tyler Johnson, Sam Baumgarten, 9 and 10. Jason Raymond's in 11, and Scott Smith is playing shotgun to the field here tonight. Folks, want to thank you for tuning in. I am so sorry. We're so all over the place. Going to allow Chris Carroll, who was actually pretty fast, got in here really late in practice, did not get to turn, but maybe 3 total laps, and had a little trouble in the heat race from teammate Brian Zimmerman. But that misfortune may be good fortune because now the 11 starting out front, looking pretty, is the number 11 here. As these drivers are like me, they're impatient. They're ready to go, ready to get those horses really giddying up and galloping, because that pace track is getting ready to make that left-hand turn on the pit road. Remember, first start of this event is on green, admin only caution, so we will try to be judicious with the cautions. If we see somebody spinning or something like that, we will try to take care of it as quick as we can, of course. But all right, here they go. 50 big laps around Port Royal Speedway, half-a-mile track here. Field's in the hands of Barney Fife Jr., the flag man, up in the flag stand. These drivers got to wait for that green flag, and then they're going to dive off into turn number 1. Watch these guys fan out. As green flag is out. Look at that 11. Get the great launch. Chummy Miller, 06 on the outside. Does have the preferred lane, though, right here. You see these drivers. Oh, they're 3 wide in the middle of the field. Will that work? Oh, we got people going around caution already on the speedway. As that didn't take very long. That didn't take very long at all. Caution on the speedway. Looks like Tyler Johnson, AJ Watkins. I think it started. Well, it ain't. No, I think it started. It definitely started up towards the front right here. Let's see. 01's blinking a little bit. You got the 10, the 28, the 01 just 3 wide. Nowhere to go for all these guys. Everybody's just trying to get everything they possibly can on these restarts, right? And I mean, you see what happens. As we're going to see if we can dial up the man sitting front and center right now, Mr. Chris Carroll. You're live in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Tanner.
Man, oh man, technical difficulties out of the way. We're finally here. You and Zimmy got a little aggressive in the heat race, right? Spun you, but that was actually good fortune. Got you starting up front for the feature event. How you liking it out here right now? What's the outlook looking like?
Tanner, I don't run dirt. I got no idea what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to keep it off the fence. I won't get that Zimmerman, though. That dirtbag got into my left rear.
Yeah, that number 28. It was a crime. I saw it.
Consequences and repercussions for that.
Man, oh man, Carol, I mentioned on broadcast, you got in here really late, so you didn't get to turn very much practice on a fresh track. What's it like out here right now? Are you learning anything really?
I'm just trying to watch the fast guys up front. I'm sure they're going to catch me on a long run, but I'm going to try. And it looks like the top is good right now. I don't know if that changes. We'll see as it goes. I'll be watching my mirror, seeing where they're running and trying to emulate what they're doing, man. I don't know what I'm doing on dirt.
Hey, you're lost as a driver. I'm lost as a broadcaster, but we'll all make it work, right? Have fun out there, buddy, and good luck to you.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. I won't give him help.
Absolutely, boss. Chris Carroll in the number 11, sitting pretty out front. Chummy Miller can be firing off to his outside. Then Dustin Lamb in that beautiful number 10, going to be sitting P3. Brandon Mettler's in 4th place spot. As leader is off right here. They didn't have to wait this time. And you can already see drivers just fanning out everywhere behind them. Remember, with the invert, you got some of the faster guys towards the back of the pack. 28 looking for a spot to go. 15, Brandon Mettler may jump into the middle here. As Mettler has P3, it looks like it is secured. Now he's going to try to work over the 06. I'm watching Sam Baumgarten back here in the back. As Sam is actually not on track. Not sure where Sam went.
Tanner,
Yo,
it's Sam in the booth.
what happened to you?
My VR crashed, buddy.
Oh, I was wondering where you was. I was talking, we got to watch you come through. So we got a late start. We missed the first heat and everything. SDK was causing me problems, but we are here now. So VR issues, huh?
Yeah, it literally, we were coming to take the green and everything just crashed on me. iRacing crashed, actually, not even the VR.
I just shared the screen so you can see what the fans at home are seeing. 8 laps already into this feature event. And these faster guys that got put in the back of the field due to the invert for the feature, they really got their work cut out for them right now as this track's already started slicking up. And it looks like the 44 maybe going around. I think everybody's got it straight, so no caution there. So Jason Raymond, somebody to keep an eye on, just actually got turned. 44 is not going to be happy about that one.
I'm trying to load back in right now. I'm gonna see if I can't manage this thing. But if I can't, I'll stay up here with you.
All right, then 10-4. Right now, Chris Carroll in the 11 car, just checked out on the field. Has almost a 2-second gap over second place, who is Brandon Mettler right now. Dustin Lamb is there behind him as they are already 10 laps into this event. Scott Smith, newcomer to the Crooked Line Racing Series here. He is a dirt guy, though, has a really good iRating. iRating don't mean everything, but you have 5,000. You have in the range of 5,000, you're going to be pretty quick. And Scott Smith in the 53 is displaying that right now for us, as he is trying to work over the 10 car of Lamb here. Oh, slight contact between the 55 and, or the 53 and the 10, excuse me. As the 10 looks like he's been worse for wear. That right side of his car has kissed that wall a few times. Gotta be careful running that high side like that. It's like that wall, it gets closer and closer each time. It just reaches out and grabs you. And we have a good little 3-car battle right here for the P5 position. Chummy Miller has the advantage right now, but Brian Zimmerman in the 28 is trying his dang. Oh my goodness gracious, these boys are letting it hang. As contact into the wall some more. As big wreck. But they keep it all rolling. That's the perks right there, folks, of the admin only cautions. We can kind of wait and see, whereas iRacing's pretty quick on the trigger, which sometimes is not a bad thing, right? A smaller field like this, though, it does allow us to let the racing happen pretty much. Let it be more organic. And boy, oh boy, 15 of Brandon Mettler has his mirror completely full of Scott Smith. Fastest car on the track last time around was the number 53 of Scott Smith, and that was in traffic, mind you. So the 11 of Chris Carroll, who is out front, he is watching these two do battle right now. And he wants to see that 53 take a lot of laps before he can get around his 15. Brandon Mettler, shout out to him, got in here late as well. Doing a heck of a job staying out in front of the 53 right now.
Well, Tanner, we just tried loading back in, and I tried pulling off pit road, and it did the same exact thing. So it looks like I'm with you tonight.
Man, oh man. So iRacing issue, not even.
iRacing just crashes. Yeah, I don't. I'm pretty mad right now, to be honest.
I was wondering where you was. I was like, I don't see Sam anywhere. Where's he at? I didn't know he was up here with me. How long you been up here?
I joined us like right after it happened the first time.
Oh, so you've been up here for a little bit listening, huh?
Not really, but
I got you. 3.5 seconds to Chris Carroll for not being a dirt guy. He is managing this pretty well. And now, folks, you're starting to see that track's getting a little bit darker on entry. And what that means, it means it's basically, it's turning from dirt, which has a little grip, not a lot, to basically ice almost. As, oh no, Scott Smith may have went around. He did not. SDK lied to me. As, oh my goodness, a great 2-car battle for the lead, or for second place. But Mettler gave up the preferred lane up high to Scott Smith. And now we're going to see just how fast the 53 car is here. Clean track out in front. Only the race leader out his windshield. No lap traffic between him and Carroll. As we're going to jump on board with Scott here and see how he's attacking that track. But you can see out the driver's windshield there, you see the track starting to darken up ever so slightly. Now the real dark brown up there, that's what dirt guys call the cushion. I'll let Sam explain that better, but I do know where you're seeing more of a black type look. That's basically rubber getting laid down into this track, and that's just getting slick.
yeah, Tanner, that's literally what we call it. Is we just call it the slick. You know, as for the cushion, yeah, it's starting to build up there. The problem here with Port Royal, though, is you see the 53 right here. He's just barely putting that right rear up on that cushion. But once that cushion starts moving up, you worry about hitting that wall and hopping that cushion, as you said last week in Eldora.
Right, I mean, we've already seen it. I saw it on the 10 car here. Look at the right side of that car. You can really tell on the spoiler. Let's see if we can get our producers to bring up a good shot right here. Look at that spoiler. That's from attacking that wall a few times. Maybe a little more than just wall hits, right? But that's the risk you run, especially when you start moving up high. As it looks like we have a caution on the speedway here. We're going to go ahead and put it out. I saw a guy turned around. It looked like Tyler Johnson right there. Tyler, he's raced with us for, man, since Crooked Line started. But currently in the Air Force trying to become a fighter pilot. So kudos to him. Going to come out here and turn some laps with us finally after a little extended break. Got the 44 Raymond behind him, having some connection issues there. I see sparks flying, and just got around the slick. Raymond gave him a little kiss, and that's all she wrote. A little bit different format here, and I can tell you one person who did not want to see that caution right there, Sam. At number 11, Chris Carroll.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, Tanner. I mean, Chris Carroll, I think he kind of doesn't give himself enough credit here on the dirt. He says he's not a dirt guy, which, you know, he really isn't, but he still comes out and he performs. The one time we did a race at Lernerville, he was keeping up with me and almost passed me for the win. So I think Carroll's might have something here tonight, but I'm going to tell you, after running that 53 in the heat race, he's fast.
Wood, you need to actually kind of remind Carroll he has lane. I didn't mention it in the drivers meeting at all. I forgot about it, right?
Well, we didn't mention it either, so just let him go for this one. We'll mention it next week.
He's going to take the bottom right here. That's going to be it. You want the high side here, right? At Port Royal, it's just going to be a, like the dirt guys call it, they call it a high side hustler track. Dude, it's going to be ripping right up there next to that wall. It reminds me of a track like Darlington, right? I mean, that's what you do at Darlington or Homestead, stuff like that. But Homestead, you have a little bit of a choice, right? If you want to be up there at night. A track like this, you can run the bottom, but you can tell guys like the 53 of Scott Smith, Chris Carroll, Mettler, and all them, they are just ripping that high side. The momentum they carry on the exit here is second to none. It's amazing when you see it done correctly.
Yeah, I tell you what, in practice, when we had the track pretty slicked off, I was trying different lines, and I tried a slider line, I tried running the top, I tried running the bottom, and unfortunately, the top was just king, right? I don't know if that's something iRacing has to work on or what, but if you can rip that top perfect, nobody's going to touch you here.
Right, that's what I'm starting to notice as I'm venturing over into the iRacing dirt side of stuff, as now Chris has the field in his hands, and he is on the loud pedal. Mettler is too as well. Mettler actually took P2 away from Mr. Scott Smith. Raymond's trying to throw his name in the hat as well. As the 53 gets to the back of the 11. That is going to be a caution.
That's a caution.
That's a caution on the speedway right there, and I can probably venture a guess that Carroll is not happy about that, but I mean, it happens, right? Everybody's trying to get everything they can. Let's see if we get a little bit closer camera angle here.
Yeah, so the thing is that if you nail that top line just right and you're that close to a car in front of you like that, I mean, you can see it. The 53 gains on Carroll, and it looks like that the 11 just kind of missed his mark just a little bit through the center of the corner. That was enough to check him up, and the 53 just wasn't expecting it.
Brakes don't work very well on dirt, right? Look at the closing rate, like Sam mentioned there. It's absolutely, I mean, you're looking at a full car length and a half right there that gets closed from the 55 to the 11 right here. Just in a moment's notice, nowhere for basically any driver to go, and then right here, it's just, you just take the wheel. At that point, you see Mark Miller going for a wild ride, ended up like a turtle on his lid.
Well, like you said, Tanner, there's just no brakes. I mean, I'm sure the 53 tried to stay off of him. There's a couple of times in that heat race, he got pretty close to me. I thought he was going to give me a little bit of a bumper, but he stayed off me, and I think he just might have misjudged that one.
And, I mean, as we've talked about, this track's going to get slick, and it's already pretty slick on entry. So when it's slick like that, you get this car too sideways, you lose all your momentum right there, right? And when you start losing momentum, you're not moving forward. And we just saw the closing rate right there was basically nowhere Scott Smith could go right there. It's a tough break for the 11, but also, I mean, Scott Smith didn't fare too well in that either. He's back here in the back as well now. That has allowed.
Looks like they're going to go 2x2 here, though. Tanner, get ready to go back to the green flag. You got Brandon Mettler up there and Jason Raymond, and I'll tell you right now, Raymond's actually been kind of impressing me. He was running some solid lap times in practice. I want to see if he can put them together here in the race on a slick track.
We're about to find out right here as the field is in the 15's hands. Gonna wait for him to get on the loud pedal right there. As Mettler is off, it looks like he had a great jump, and especially compared to the 44. It looked like the 44 was sitting duck, but now look here, 44 is gonna look to the inside. They swap positions as they enter turn number 1. But you can just see the momentum right here for the 50. As I see guys going around the back, we're gonna put it out again for them. I saw a few guys going around. Oh, Ryan Zimmerman up like a turtle. That's the second turtle of the night. Go back and see what happened on the restart. These restarts, you got to get everything you can. That's what you're seeing right here. Everybody's trying to get every spot they can.
Oh, it looked like Carroll just got into the back of Zimmy there. Maybe try to check up a little bit, but I think the 53, again, just had no time to react and might have helped the 11 get into the 28 there just a little bit.
Look back in front, like the 44 and 15 are ready to go at it again here for another chance at another restart. This is what Raymond needs right here. He has the high side. It's been a high side dominant track, although it is pretty slick going off in turn 1 when you're up high now. So, and it looks like our race control has came over and said Jason Raymond is the race leader now. So I think we saw two jockeying for position right there in the caution saying, no, I was the leader, no, I was the leader. And racing admin said, no, he was the leader.
Well, so here's the thing, right? The caution laps tonight are counting, right? So I think Raymond just might have had his nose in front of the 15. Now, if the caution laps weren't counting, the 15 would still be the race leader right now, I guarantee it.
Right, because it goes back to the lap before. And you see the 15 just giving the 44 a little nudge right there. But yeah, we saw that happening in real time right there, folks. They were jockeying, trying to persuade race control to say, no, I was in the lead. No, wait, I was in the lead. And then race control, they ultimately, they're the judge, jury, and executor here tonight. And they put the 44 out front. But do you want to be up front right here, Sam? Yes, you control the restart. You control, only you know when you're going to fire it off, right? That is the advantage our leader has. But that high side just seems so dominant tonight. I mean, where do you want to be at here? Is where 15 laps to go, 14 to go at the stripe.
Honestly, it's really whoever gets a good jump here, right? I mean, Raymond's the leader. He's going to get a good jump. He can send it down in the corner. If he was smart, he's going to slide up in front of Mettler here, right?
Right.
Mettler having that topside advantage, though, if he can nail that entry going into 1 and stay side by side with Raymond so he can't pull that slider, it's all over. But as you see right here, Raymond got a good jump.
Raymond got a huge jump right there.
I think Mettler might have been sleeping just a little
right. Yeah, Mettler was dozed off a little, and Mettler's got that car yawed out completely. As I'm keeping tabs on the 11 and the 53s, Chris Carroll and Scott Smith going to see if they can come back up through the field. But right now, it's all the TSP on the front of the 44, and he is out front looking pretty right now. Ripping that high side. He's actually overstepping the cushion a little bit. I'm noticing that right rear is a little bit higher up. Now, that's Russian roulette. You're playing a dangerous game because that cushion's getting smaller and smaller, and you're starting to get up there and starting playing with the wall territory. And Mettler,
he's doing good here, though. I mean, Raymond is just setting down some lap times, and I mean, look at him, just right up against the wall. He's doing everything he's got to do right now just to keep Mettler in his rearview mirror, but he also needs to worry about that 53. Can that 53, as he pulls a big slider on the number 8 right here.
Oh, right on the real estate.
The outside wall.
Yes.
Big crossover here. Not going to be able to get back to him, though. If he can get there, I think we might have a race to the finish. I mean, we only got 11 laps to go, 10 laps to go coming to the line. Raymond's good, but that 53 is a lot quicker right now.
Fastest guy on the track last time around was the 53. So, I mean, you're seeing it right here. The eye test is not, it's not telling lies, and they say the numbers don't lie either, right? 53, fastest guy on the track, but the one number he has to worry about is this 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go, and they cross the stripe this time by. Lap times are about 19 seconds per right now. So the laps are clicking off fast, blinking. You might miss it. Hit that thumbs up button because we're getting ready to have a heck of a finish. As 53 is working over P2 now. Maybe a crossover move from the 15 of Mettler as he's not able to get there.
He just didn't have the momentum coming off of turn 2 right there. Trying to get something back here in turns 3 and 4, but just can't get to the back bumper of that 53. 53 made a great move there. Smith, he saw the mistake that Metler made coming down the front stretch, got to his inside, slid him into 1 and 2, now running in second. 8 laps to go, running down a race leader.
And last time around, he was almost 4/10 faster than our race leader. So it's just a matter of time now, right? As we're 7 laps to go, the gap is right at 7/10. So it looks like the 53 is starting to search a little bit over the track. Maybe seeing a little bit of desperation here. I think he knows time is of an essence right now, basically.
Got the wall right there with the rear end, just a tick there in 3 and 4. It is so tough to keep that car pinned right on that edge. He did it again there in 1 and 2. Just very, very tough to keep that car off of that wall because there's a dip there in 1 and 2. You were on track tonight, Tanner. You know where it is.
Absolutely.
You enter 1 and 2, and the front end of that car just dips down. It bounces really hard, and it almost sends you up into the outside wall. So you really got to be careful of that. I don't know, man. 5 laps to go. I don't know. He might not have enough time. If Raymond can put together 5 solid laps right here, he might be okay.
I just don't think he does. So I think Raymond just needs to be eyes out and ahead right now. Forget about that mirror. Unlike in real dirt cars, we do have a mirror out here, right? We have spotters. We have a mirror we can look at. But I say that, now look, that distance really closed up right there. But yeah, going back to that dip in 1 and 2, I was actually surprised when I was out there practicing, because when you first went out there, the track's really smooth, but as you start to turn laps, it gets bumpy, and you see Raymond, he's hitting speed bumps to the corner right there. 53 did look to the inside. It's going to be 2 laps to go, and they come on turn number 4 here.
It was actually an interesting move done by the 53 there. He tried that on me in the heat race, and it didn't work. He kind of ran a lane lower. I think if you're going to go for it, you just got to commit and go for that slide job.
Right,
You're never going to clear him.
I've learned on dirt, the small amount of race I've done, you can't be halfway pregnant on dirt. You basically got to fully commit, fully send it. Okay, I thought we had a caution back here. All right, final lap. White flag. As they go over 3 and 4. Both of them into the wall right there, kissing it a little bit.
Come on, Raymond. He ain't going to give it up easy, Tanner. I'm telling you. The last chance the 53 has is a slider. Raymond's going to have to run the high line or try and block it. Great run by the 44 coming out of turn 4. Going to take home the win. You suck, Raymond.
Jason Raymond with the win right there.
On dirt, nonetheless.
On dirt.
It's not fair. It's not fair, man.
Everybody gets lucky every now and then, right? Shout out to Scott Smith.
It's not fair that my stuff died on me. That sucks, man.
Shout out to Scott Smith, though. Rallying back, came to the field twice, and ultimately just time wasn't on his side, right? Just was not on his side.
Yeah, definitely fast, though. I mean, I hope he comes back next week.
Absolutely. When we have some more people out here on track, I hope to have him back. As man, oh man, what a fun little broadcast here. It makes me want to kind of, if we're going to make caution laps count, we're going to have to extend these races a little bit. 50 laps went by pretty quick when they're clean, right? But you never know on dirt. Last week was kind of rough. This week was pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good race right there. Them boys did one heck of a job. Sam, wish you was out there with them. I want to see if I can find the driver of the number 15 here. See if we can have a quick little word with him, as I know he's going to be stoked for this podium finish here. Mr. Brandon Metler, you are live in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, oh man, what a run. With the heat race invert, you started, did you start P8 in the feature?
Sounds about right.
Okay, I was making sure SDK was telling me the truth. So you started P8 in the feature, ended up gaining 5 spots, caution laps counting and whatnot. That kind of makes this race go by pretty quick. What do you think you could have done different? Maybe to have something for Scott Smith and Jason Raymond there.
I was chatting in the group chat that I just think I didn't commit enough going into the turns. I wasn't really sure how to drive the track. I made my first laps ever in qualifying, trying to figure it out. So once the track got really bumpy and really slick, it was kind of just feathering the throttle a little bit, trying to get that point off and see what we could do. But I think Scott was definitely a lot faster than I was. I ran into him a lap 20, trying to slide job him like an idiot, and just trying to figure it out. But we got the third eventually.
I mean, you put together a fantastic race right there. It looked like one time you and Raymond were kind of jockeying under caution. just waiting for race control to come down and say who was the leader there. Do you think that played a pretty big outcome with him kind of getting the lead when that early caution came back off the restart?
Yeah, it helped out a little, but I think he was faster than I was regardless of what would have happened. I think if the second to last restart would have went green anyways, I think he would have probably got me eventually, but still pretty good anyways. I'm happy with P3. That's kind of my goal going in, so I'm happy with tonight.
I mean, P3 didn't turn a single lap of practice. I was having technical difficulties with the broadcast, and I was still keeping the tabs on qualifying and whatnot, and I saw you just keep turning laps, so I was like, yep, that's his practice. So pretty impressive right there to bring it home P3. Who do we got to thank for the number 15 machine here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Got to thank Five Kings Motorsports, especially Jeremy Raymond. Congrats on his run. I know talking to him a little bit later. You and Sam, I know Sam had some issues with his PC and wanted during the race. I'm glad he could cop up and help you out and kind of watch along with us. I got to thank BAM Racing Videos, YouTube and Facebook, over Five Kings Motorsports teammates, and of course you guys week in, week out, putting on the league for us.
So I shout out BAM Racing Videos weekly, folks. This is the man behind BAM Racing Videos. And Brandon, I'm gonna put you on the spot really quick. If you had to introduce one person to BAM Racing Videos over on YouTube.com, what's the one video you're going to tell them about? I know mine. I know mine.
There's a few of them. My personal favorite that I've ever done is the ice racing I did back in, I think it was in February this past winter up in Michigan with sprint cars on ice. That was probably the most fun I've ever had. It was negative 10 degrees out on a lake of 36 inches of ice, and it was wind like 20 miles an hour. It was freezing cold, but it was so fun. But
it's pretty cool about that because that's actually in the news right now. The Mexico NASCAR series going to ice. Mine's a Southern Ballad little rivalry documentary basically you got. But then some of the Mount Lawn stuff's pretty good. But that's BAM Racing Videos on YouTube. Check him out. Kid's blowing up. I mean, he has a few videos over 100,000 plays on it, so pretty good to see the work and time he puts into it and to see some success off of it. So Metler, congratulations for the P3 here tonight, buddy. We'll get you back down and get to celebrate with your team.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, boss. So that one went a little long, but I always love shouting out old BAM Racing Videos. And now I'm looking for Scott in chat. Not seeing Scott anywhere. We'll go ahead and pull up our race winner really quick. And then we'll see if we can circle back around. Maybe Scott has hopped out of his car, walked down pit road somewhere. Not exactly sure where Scott's at, but race winner, number 44, Jason Raymond. He got him a few wins on asphalt this season, and lo and behold, he got him a win on dirt. It's the 44, Mr. Big Ugly, Jason Raymond. You are live in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, oh man, those last 10 laps, I know you were nervous. I know you had to be looking in that mirror, seeing the 53 closing in on you. You basically had to do mistake-free laps, talking through those final 10, 15 laps.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him coming. He was coming quick. I fully expected a slide job, honestly. He said, but he said he wasn't going to throw it if he couldn't make it cleanly, so I have respect for that. But I don't know. I bought this track right before practice opened, and those last few laps, I was just hoping I didn't hit the wall. I did a lot in practice and early in the race, just kept hitting the wall on exit, and I'm sure you can see the right side of my car is pretty messed up. So those last few laps were definitely a little nerve-wracking. I had to work for that one. It wasn't like I was out for a Sunday drive or anything. It was fun.
Right. I mean, it was impressive watching that, and it was actually impressive watching you and Scott somewhat duke it out there at the end. I noticed there at the end, you kind of just committed to the top side on that last lap, and if he tried a slider, you were basically going to use the wall as your buffer. Was you expecting the move though, going into 3 and 4, knowing he was that close?
I did. I fully expected to see in my mirror him going way down and trying a slide job, but I stuck to the top there. I figured if he did and he got alongside of me, I'd have the better run off the corner, and that would benefit me in the long straightaway. Definitely expected it. Kind of surprised I didn't get a slide job, but I will take it. Never going to complain about it.
Right. Heat race winner and the feature race winner is Jason Raymond, who we got to thank for the number 44 here tonight.
Oh, there's a ton of people. Definitely the guys over at Five Kings Motorsports for their support, and you for doing the broadcast. I know you definitely would rather be racing, but you take your time and we put on the broadcast for us, so I appreciate that. I got to thank my parents and my girlfriend for their support. And I got to thank all the sponsors over at 5 Kings. We got MF Racing Designs, McConey Setup Shop, ButtKicker.com, Savage Edge Apparel, FB Sim Racing Button Boxes, BAM Racing Videos, USA Firearms, Southern Signs of North Carolina. Not sure if I'm forgetting anybody. I hope I'm not. I got my few personal sponsors as well. I got Tile Chief Floor and Wall Coverings, the Barn Package Store, and sorry, Mayhew Construction.
So you said the girlfriend right there. Was she watching tonight?
I think she was, yeah.
Oh, can I say her name on broadcast?
If you remember, I don't know, you've said a couple different names.
It's Sierra or Claire or something, if I remember correctly.
Sierra.
I thought it was Kevin.
Kevin, that's right, it's Kevin. In all seriousness, Claire, if you were
Hey, you're
watching, your boy finally got him one on dirt. Congratulations, Jason Raymond. You're still ugly as can be. You still pose for your SDK picture, but that's neither here nor there. Congratulations on a race win. Next week we head where, Sam? Do you remember?
I can pull it up here in 2 seconds.
We're so good at our job, folks. I'm telling you, this broadcast came late. I-55 Speedway, Samuel. I beat you to it. So, Jason, we'll be seeing you there, buddy. Congratulations. Get down there and celebrate with your team, and maybe we'll be talking to you again.
Tanner.
Yeah, I-55, Samuel, if you didn't know.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I love you, Claire, by the way, if you're still watching.
Hey, now.
All right, there we go. Got Big Ugly out of the booth. But what a race, Sam. What a race. Sucks for you to have some computer issues, right? That's we'll basically say you had well, easy for me to say. We'll basically say you had an electrical failure in your car tonight, right? Wasn't able to get out there on track. I-55, what are you thinking about that track as we head towards I think it's Missouri next week?
Yeah, it's in Peevely, Missouri. I don't know, Tanner. I've never raced there, so it could be anybody's race.
Whoa, time out. You're a dirt guy. You never raced at I-55?
It came out. I have never actually raced a race there.
Oh, there's Scott Smith too. I'm glad to see you, Scott. I was actually trying to find you. Scott, what a race, man. I love your SDK picture. By the way, you're up in the True Sim Productions booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Scott, I want to say class act right there, buddy. You could have roughed up Raymond right then for the win. You looked like you were going to try the slider. You realized you couldn't fully commit and do it cleanly, and it looked like you aborted. But let's hear it from your point of view. Talk us through this last 10 or so laps.
Yeah, I wasn't about to try to drive him dirty there. Yeah, those last 10 laps, I was reeling him in slowly, but then all of a sudden the 5 to go came. I'm like, oh boy, I better get going here. And I got up to him and so kind of hoping he'd stick it in the wall or something
Right.
get around him easy. But no, he ran a good race and ran it smart. And I wasn't about to try the slider without, if I knew I could clear him, I would have, but I didn't think I could. So it's all good.
Scott, you were a late addition to this series, right? We had a few people missing tonight. I really hope to have you back. This dirt racing side of Crooked Line Racing, it's brand new to us, right? We're still tweaking formats, testing, stuff like that. But having a guy like you come in that is clearly fast, it looks like you definitely know the dirt side of the world. It'd be cool if I could just kind of pick your mind about stuff off broadcast, So would love to have you come back next week and tackle I-55 with us. But overall tonight, great race, great to have you. I know you got somebody else you wanted to join. Who we got to thank for the number 53 car here tonight?
My team, Sidebite Motorsports. Well, this is fixed setup, but Majula C Speed Shops, they work with us quite a bit and getting us fast. And hopefully next week my buddy, my teammate Jason will be joining us. He's a little late off work tonight, but he's pretty darn fast, and yeah, it should be good. Where are we going next week?
It's I-55, so we were missing. Sam's pretty quick out here, and there's another guy that's fairly quick. And the most of us, I'm sure you could tell, we're not dirt guys, a lot of us out here, right? We're an asphalt series that went dirt racing to try to give you dirt guys somewhere to race pretty good, right? So we're learning as we go, but I'm hoping to have our fastest guys back next week because, you look, I hate to even say this, I wouldn't normally say this, but you looked head and shoulders faster in the field tonight, right? The way you came up through the field twice. So I'm expecting a battle throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, sounds good. Like I said, if when Jason comes in next week, we'll have some fun. That's
Right.
for sure.
Right on, Scott. Well, thank you for coming out, buddy, and congratulations on the P2. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and like I said, hope to see you for the rest of the season, bud.
All right, sounds good. Thank you much, and thanks for letting me join this.
Absolutely, boss. All right, that was our second place guy. I know we kind of went out of order, but like I said, he was brand new. He actually jumped in. We had 20 minutes left to practice. We actually just kind of shoehorned him in. Sam, that's going to be some stout competition right there the rest of the season. And he has drop week as well. Only 12 races in the season. This is only race number 2. So he may be somebody to contend.
I get a drop week then. Cool.
Right. Well, you get 2 of them. There's going to be 2 drop weeks, right? But
Okay.
so that means the points battle is going to get hot. I can already tell.
How's that going to work if we're doing points for the heats?
What do you mean?
I finished my heat race, so I got the points for that.
You don't
technically.
No, you don't either, because you didn't finish you didn't do
Okay,
lap in the
okay.
feature.
I did
I
a
think
lap,
that's-
but I get what you're saying.
Did you do a lap in the feature?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, then you'll be good. Then you'll get points. Because I'm just doing it off of iRacing's heat race points, right? And in order to get the
Okay.
points, you got to do a lap in the feature. So as long as you
I
if you
gotcha.
did 1 lap in the feature, you should be good.
No,
Should be
well,
theoretically good. We'll find out tonight.
Points is points right now, I guess. It just
Absolutely.
sucks for us tonight, man. That's a shame.
Right on. Well, folks, I do apologize for being so scrambled when we got on here. SDK was giving me fits. Then YouTube was giving me fits. But the show still went on. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank Sam for joining me up in the booth. I want to thank USAFirearms.com for coming on, not only sponsoring this event, but sponsoring most of Crooked Line Racing. USAFirearms.com, a little background for them. They specialize in AR-15s and AUG rifles, I know. They don't do ammo anymore just because of legality reasons, but USAFirearms.com, want to thank them, thank McConey Setup Shop, and yeah, all my admins at Crooked Line Racing. Sam, thank you. For myself, Tanner Martin, the True Sim Productions booth, hit that thumbs up button. We'll be back out on track. Where we at on Sunday, Sam? Sonoma?
We are at Sonoma, yes.
Yikes. Yuck. Well, we'll be road racing in the ARCA car, Blazing Pedals Racing League. It'll be Terry Foster and Samuel up in the booth. Hope to have y'all tuning in then. I'll actually be out on track. But until next time, it's been myself and Sam Baumgartner up in the True Sim Productions booth. We'll see you.